If you rely on Social Security, if that monthly check is what helps you keep the lights on, pay rent, or buy groceries, then this is one of the most important updates you'll ever hear. Because right now, a proposal is being pushed forward that could change the very foundation of how Social Security works in America. It's called Social Security for All. At first glance, it sounds incredible. Monthly checks for every U.S. citizen, no exceptions, a permanent stream of income every single month. But there's a catch, a big one, because despite its name, this isn't actually Social Security at all. It's something entirely different, disguised with a familiar label that makes it sound safe. And whether you're already collecting benefits, planning to retire soon, or simply trying to keep your head above water, this could directly affect your wallet, your taxes, and your peace of mind. So let's break this down calmly, carefully, together. I'm Laura, and for years I've helped people just like you make sense of what's coming next with programs like Social Security, Medicare, and federal retirement policy. I don't take sides, I take facts from the Social Security Administration, the Congressional Budget Office, and the U.S. Treasury, and I translate them into plain English because this stuff is complicated. And frankly, too many people are confused about what they've actually earned and what the government is trying to change. I started this channel because my own family struggled to understand these programs. My parents worked their entire lives, paid into Social Security for decades, and still had no idea what they were entitled to. I made it my mission to make sure that confusion never happens to anyone else. So, if you're new here, welcome. If you've been with me for a while, thank you for trusting me to help you navigate all this. Now let's dig in. Here's the truth. There's a movement gaining attention right now, backed by economists, activists, and even a few lawmakers, to create what they're calling Social Security for All. The promise? Simple. Every American, no matter who they are, would receive a check every month. No application, no means testing, no retirement age. Sounds good, right? But dig a little deeper, and you'll find this isn't really about expanding Social Security. It's about replacing it with something entirely new: universal basic income. Now, we've heard that term before. Universal basic income, or UBI, means the government sends a set amount of money to everyone, regardless of income, age, or need. It's not targeted help, it's a blanket payment. And that's where the problem starts, because Social Security was never designed to be a handout. It's an earned benefit. You pay in during your working years through payroll taxes, and in retirement, you finally get back what you've earned. It's not charity, it's a promise. Calling UBI Social Security for All blurs that line. And it's misleading. It takes something hardworking Americans have built over generations and rebrands it as free money. And that, for millions of seniors and people with disabilities, feels like an insult. Imagine this. You're a retired nurse living on $1,200 a month from Social Security. You've worked 40 years through night shifts and double shifts, paying into the system every single paycheck. Now imagine hearing that your program, the one you earned, might be replaced or overshadowed by a new plan that gives checks to everyone, including millionaires and billionaires who don't need it. That's the emotional gut punch here. Because this isn't just about numbers or policy papers, it's about fairness, it's about respect. And if we're honest, it's about trust. Trust that the money you paid into Social Security will still be there. Trust that the government won't rewrite the rules mid-game. But let's be clear, this new proposal isn't law. Not yet. It's an idea circulating through academic circles, activist groups, and a handful of political organizations. Still, it's getting attention. And attention is where everything starts. So, what exactly are they proposing? In its simplest form, they want the government to send out a fixed monthly payment to every adult in America, possibly around $1,000 to $1,500 a month. Everyone, no matter your income, no matter your age. It's a universal payout meant to level the playing field and stimulate the economy. But here's where things get tricky. When you give everyone money, even those who don't need it, Prices rise. That's basic economics. More money chasing the same goods equals inflation, and inflation hurts the people who need help the most. That means seniors on fixed incomes, people living on SSDI, and low income families could actually end up worse off under this system. That's not balance, that's chaos. Now, I'm not against helping people. In fact, I believe guaranteed support for those who truly need it can change lives. There are already targeted programs that do this, what's known as Guaranteed Basic Income, or GBI. The difference? GBI focuses on helping seniors, people with disabilities, and low income individuals. It's not universal, it's targeted, it's smart. Universal Basic Income, on the other hand, gives checks to everyone, including those who already have more than enough. And that's where the logic starts to break down. Let me share a story. Last year, I spoke with a woman named Carol. She's 72, a widow, living in a small apartment just outside of Des Moines. Her Social Security check covers her rent and utilities, but not much else. When she heard about Social Security for All, she thought it meant her benefits were finally being expanded, that she might finally get a few $100s more a month to cover food or medication. But when she found out it wasn't really Social Security at all, that it was just a proposed new system giving checks to everyone, even the wealthy, she was heartbroken. Her words stuck with me. She said, "It feels like they're erasing what we worked for." And that, right there, is the emotional truth of this whole conversation. Seniors like Carol spent a lifetime paying in. They don't want charity, they want the dignity of receiving what they earned. So, yes, I believe in helping people, but we need to help wisely, with intention. If you find this kind of breakdown helpful, I'm here every single week going through these proposals line by line, explaining what they actually mean for your wallet. So, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and stay connected. It's completely free, and it means you'll never be caught off guard when the next big change hits. Because let's face it, they're coming fast, and the only way to stay safe is to stay informed. Now let's get practical. What can you do right now? First, check your Social Security statement online. Make sure your earnings record is accurate. A single missing year of income can reduce your monthly benefit for the rest of your life. Second, learn the difference between Social Security, Supplemental Security Income, SSI, and these new proposals like UBI or GBI. Don't let fancy names confuse you. If it doesn't come directly from the Social Security Administration, it's not Social Security. Third, protect yourself from scams. Whenever new programs make headlines, fake application sites start popping up. They'll promise fast payments or early enrollment, but what they really want is your personal information. The real SSA will never call, text, or email asking for your Social Security number or bank account. And finally, if you're struggling right now, if your Social Security check doesn't stretch far enough, don't wait for a universal program that may never pass. There are already targeted assistance programs available today. SNAP for groceries, LIHEAP for energy bills, Section 8 for housing, and Medicaid for healthcare costs. You may qualify for more than you realize. It's not about waiting for rescue. It's about using every tool already available to protect your stability. Now, let's zoom out. Why is this happening? Why are we suddenly seeing movements to rebrand Social Security and send checks to everyone? Because the truth is, our economy is changing faster than our safety nets can keep up. Automation, outsourcing, cost of living increases. They're all creating gaps in stability. UBI is one proposed fix, but it's a blunt tool for a precise problem. Seniors don't need blanket programs. They need secure benefits that keep pace with inflation. People with disabilities need consistent support, not new systems that come and go with political tides. If we want a stronger nation, we have to start by strengthening the foundations that already work, not tearing them down for something shiny and untested. And this is where you come in. When you understand the difference, when you share that knowledge, you help protect the truth. You protect the people who can't afford to lose what they've earned. So when someone says Social Security for all, Don't just nod, ask questions, push for clarity, because real Social Security isn't a slogan, it's a lifeline. And think about this, what would it mean to finally have peace of mind? To know your check will arrive, your bills are covered, and your future feels steady again? That's what true security is. Not just financial, but emotional. It's the quiet strength that comes from knowing you're supported by something you helped build. So, no matter what happens with these new proposals, whether they pass, change, or fade away, remember this: you are not powerless. You are informed, and that makes you strong. We're going to keep talking about this. We're going to stay alert, stay grounded, and stay united. Because when we protect each other, when we demand truth, fairness, and transparency, we protect the foundation of this country. Thanks for being here with me today. If this helped bring clarity or comfort, take a moment to like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and share this with someone who needs to hear it: a friend, a parent, a neighbor who's trying to make sense of it all. Together, we can make sure every American understands what's really at stake and how to protect what's rightfully theirs. Until next time, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and as always, stay informed, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next one.